Welcome to PastMaster, the show where we travel back in time armed with nothing but the clothes on our back and ChatGPT as our guide. My name is Ryan Mulcrone and I'm joined in the studio again with Tan.
Hello Ryan. Hi, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah, pretty darn good.
Have you recovered from being forced to
swear like a pirate? I think so. Yeah, I feel cleaner now.
Yeah, I do apologise.
You had to wash your mouth out after that.
Yeah, it was a very dirty business, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was very immature.
Very immature.
I was saying that as I did it, I was laughing loads, and then reading through it again, I was like, not as funny as I thought. But
it was funny.
It was funny.
My favourite bit though was the non-sweary bit at the end, where the parrot, the epilogue part 2,
where it basically reverted back into its original sort of style.
So, what are we going to be doing today, Ryan?
I really enjoyed the mission-based PastMaster episode that we had. Mm-hmm. One of the things I enjoyed about that was we actually only had like 45 minutes of studio time left, so we were like, right, let's go.
Okay.
And we only have an hour of studio time left, but going to do something slightly different. This may or may not work. If it doesn't work, we'll just chat about why it's not working.
Okay.
But the plan is to do 2-player PastMaster.
Okay.
So I've tested this prompt. It sort of works. I obviously only tested it with one person, but effectively we're going to have 2 laptops, 2 instances of ChatGPT, 2 prompts. The prompt is identical apart from one very small difference. Mm-hmm. And it's a mission-based PastMaster. There will be a mission that you have to do.
Okay.
And it should give you multiple choice. So rather than writing random stuff, we'll try and keep it tight.
Okay.
And so what I thought we'd do is we'll press go on it.
Yeah.
And then
see what happens.
Player 1 will read out.
Okay.
And then player 2 will read out, and then you'll decide what options you're going to do.
Okay.
But you are racing against each other to do the mission. Okay? Sound good?
We're doing the same mission.
You're doing the same mission
Against each other.
Okay.
Well, it's whoever does it first. I don't think you'll be in the same room, but
okay, we're in the same universe.
You're in the same universe. So, Keon, you are player 1,
right?
And Tan, you are player 2.
Okay. So this obviously taking a new angle to PastMaster.
2-player PastMaster.
2-player PastMaster.
And I guess what are the classic 2-player games? If you think about video games, it'd be things like Street Fighter.
Was what you said earlier, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yeah. When I went to my first year at university, we used to just sit around in the kitchen playing on Nintendo 64s, and you had like a really small telly that was split into four.
So it was even more.
It was
a quarter of a tiny screen, and the graphics were so pixelated.
Really shit.
I'd love it if this is like, you spot Keon in the corner, what do?
Shoot him. Get your rifle out. Yeah. So there's that, and also just one of the things, a bit of a trope that comes up in role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, they call it PvP, player versus player, which is kind of like a bit of an edgy, controversial thing to do, because normally everyone's in a team trying to kill the monsters and get treasure together. But if players are quite confident and fancy a little bit of spicy interaction, you might say, my fighter slaps the wizard in the face for being a prick. And then, what happens next? So this is adding a little bit of spice and excitement to the PastMaster. Okay.
Well, let's see. I mean, like I said, disclaimer, this could be a disaster, but let's give it a go. Keon, over to you.
Welcome to PastMaster. Barbie? Why is there Barbie?
You're Barbie.
What?
I guess you're Barbie.
Welcome to PastMaster, Barbie. As you slip on the neural interface and adjust the chronal settings, the room around you blurs and reshapes into the smoky backdrop of a 1940s era tavern, tucked away in a clandestine corner of Los Alamos, New Mexico. You are in the throes of World War II, where tensions are high and whispers of a revolutionary superweapon can be heard in hushed conversations. Your mission: to infiltrate the secret project developing this nuclear bomb and sabotage it. In a corner, you spot a group of scientists engrossed in what appears to be blueprints. Your first challenge awaits. How do you plan to approach? 3 options. Number 1, start a casual conversation about the recent breakthrough in nuclear fission. Brag about your knowledge of advanced physics concepts. Yeah, I've got loads of that. I can't even fucking say the word. Offer to buy them a round of drinks. That's more my level. By the way, just a little trivia. Oh, I love back again with the trivia. Did you know the first Barbie doll was introduced only after the end of the World War II? In 1959, I bet Ken is busy playing with his action figures, oblivious to such historical facts.
There you go.
I don't know what to make of that. So we've got, I'm in a pub in New Mexico during World War II, and I've got to stop a nuclear bomb being developed. But my name is Barbie,
And you are Barbie by the sound of it.
and I think I am Barbie because the trivia is related to Barbie dolls. My doll, or am I like that film character?
Maybe that's, we don't know. Maybe you are a doll, like you've been brought to life somehow. That's how I picture it.
Yeah.
Your face. Now, what's cracking me up as well is that I can see Tan's first thing is like half a paragraph. So you've just read an essay.
Yeah, I know. That felt really long as well.
How does this work now? Does Keon enter
Keon
something?
wait. So what I was thinking is that Keon waits.
Okay.
And then you both do each prompt. You both do at the same time. So you'll read out your intro thing, and then you both pick whatever the option is.
So I go, what does yours say? What have you got?
Mine said, much shorter. Welcome to a special edition of the text adventure game PastMaster, where you'll be transported to the turbulent times of World War II. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to sabotage the development of the nuclear bomb. First things first, may I know your name, please?
Hang on, that's not fair. It's got to be Ken.
All right. My name is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
That last bit of trivia where it says Barbie girl was introduced after World War II. It says, I bet Ken is busy playing with his action figures, oblivious to such historical facts. What is that a reference to?
It's just like a riff on
You guys know why we're.
because there's like a film out at the moment
Yeah.
about Ken and Barbie.
There's a Barbie film and there's an Oppenheimer film about
nuclear.
nuclear. And
Okay.
so I thought we were going to play a game of Barbenheimer. So you're going to hopefully meet Oppenheimer, and you have to sabotage him.
Thank you, Mickey Mouse. However, throughout this mission, we'll refer to you as Ken. It's for operational secrecy. Speaking of Ken, did you know that Ken Carson from the Barbie franchise was introduced by Mattel in 1961, 2 years after Barbie? He was named after the son of Mattel founders Ruth and Elliot Handler. Ken, as the perennial boyfriend of Barbie, was initially less popular than his better half. Some might say this is quite similar to Player One or Barbie, who is far less adept at this game than you, Ken.
Oh, bit of trash talk.
Sexism there.
So that makes more sense in my one where it says, I bet Ken's busy playing with his action figures, oblivious to such historical facts.
And mine carries on. Now let's embark on your mission. You've been parachuted into the heart of Germany in 1942. Your ultimate objective is to infiltrate the project developing the nuclear bomb.
Interesting that you were in Germany. I thought you'd
be
both
America.
be in the Manhattan
The
Project.
same place.
Yeah, it's weird that we're in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird. To start,
So you're both stopping different nuclear bombs.
Yeah, maybe.
so hang on, where are you?
I'm in New Mexico.
Oh, you're in New Mexico, and I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So the Barbie and Ken team are together. Just they don't want any nuclear weapons whatsoever.
To start, how do you plan to approach the site where the project is rumoured to be taking place? Choose wisely. It says A, disguise yourself as a local farmer, hoping to blend in with the countryside. B, pose as a high-ranking German officer, utilising your fluency in the German language. Or C, infiltrate as a new scientist based on your extensive knowledge of nuclear physics. So how does this work now, Ryan?
So
We're going to both pick our options.
Do we just like bang in like A, B or C?
what I have put in the prompt is that there are certain things that you have to achieve in order.
Okay.
So there's 5 things you've got to do.
Okay.
Interestingly, when I tested it, it said, welcome, blah, 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 you are going to try and do these 5 things. And it hasn't told either
Done
of you
that this
that.
time. Okay.
So I don't really know how it's going to go.
Let's try. I think we pick our option.
Just pick an
option.
option.
Choice, pick our option. So I'm going to start a casual conversation about the recent breakthrough in nuclear fission.
Okay.
Don't know what that is. What's
Okay.
nuclear fission?
That's when you split the atom.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to do that.
By comparison, I'm going to disguise myself as a local farmer, hoping to blend in with the countryside. So I don't know how that's going to help achieve the mission. But there
I
we go.
was really hoping you'd both be in the same building.
Trying to do the same
Coming from
thing.
like different angles.
But I'm fiddling around in the German countryside. Keon's in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. So who should read out first? Player one first.
I think player one, yeah.
So I opted to start a casual conversation about the recent breakthrough in nuclear fission, and ChatGPT has said to me that's a smart choice. Casually mentioning the recent breakthrough in nuclear fission will certainly pique their interest without raising suspicion. You approach the group, your approach casual, but your mind razor sharp. You strike up a conversation about Lise Meitner's work on nuclear fission, discussing the final points of her research. The scientists are taken aback by your knowledge. They welcome you into the group, eager to engage in further discussion. With the trust of the scientists in hand, it's time to discover the key weaknesses of the nuclear bomb project. So my options are, do I suggest touring the lab to better understand the research, convince them to explain the details of their project over more drinks, or stealthily steal the blueprints when they're distracted? It's quite funny how all this is playing out. Ken, with his inferior decision-making, would probably still be figuring out the time-travelling device.
Well, even worse, he's just fiddling around in the countryside.
He's never in the right country.
Pretending to be a farmer in Germany. Really odd.
Did yours mention anything about time travel either?
No, you're just there. Yeah. So I went with, just a reminder, I went to disguise myself as a local farmer hoping to blend in with the countryside, and Game Master responds. Choosing to blend into the local populace, very clever, Ken. You've secured a set of farming attire and have taken up residence in a small farmhouse near the project site. Each day, you till the fields and observe the comings and goings at the distant facility. So it's a long way away, and I'm just like doing a bit of tilling and farming. So
It's been a long game here.
Yeah, long and not very urgent. It's quite like the time when Barbie tried to fit into the world of video gaming. A commendable attempt, but missing that crucial touch of authenticity. Soon, you find that the scientists often pass your farm during their walks. So it's actually my farm. Okay, fine.
Nice.
Engaged in deep conversation. This could be your chance to get closer. What's your next move? And it says, A, pretend to need help with heavy farm labour in hopes they'll lend a hand and you can strike up a conversation. Or B, offer them fresh produce as a friendly gesture to start building a rapport. Or C, accidentally bump into them in the local tavern to gather information. So, yeah.
So, wait a minute. So you're farming in the hope of making friends with the scientists?
Yeah, I think so. That's the vibe. Yeah.
God, Ken, you haven't really thought this through, have you?
It's a bit
So odd.
donut-y.
But yeah, so in the prompt, I did say trash talk the other player. So
Okay.
I think that it's
I love the
sort of
trash talk. You know what I mean?
Okay, go on then, Keon. You respond as Barbie. What are you going to do?
Well, obviously I'm going to steal the blueprints when they're distracted, because Barbie lives on the edge like that.
So you're going to steal some blueprints. And you're going to farm for several months.
I'm going to just get on with the farming. These fields aren't going to till themselves, are they?
I go on for it. As the evening progresses, the drinks start flowing and the conversation becomes more lively. You subtly encourage this, pouring more drinks and telling captivating stories from the future. While their attention is diverted, you deftly lift the blueprints from the table, hiding them under your jacket. Barbie had a cool jacket.
Yeah.
With a brief glance, you find a potential weakness. The implosion mechanism appears more complex and risky than the scientists might realise. While you're busy outsmarting everyone, Ken is probably stuck trying to explain the theory of relativity to a wall.
I don't think he's even got that far.
Not even.
He's thinking too highly of it. The next challenge lies in sabotaging the project without arousing suspicion. So it's giving me the options to subtly introduce misinformation about the implosion mechanism during conversations, suggest the use of an alternate, less efficient fissile material, or secretly replace some of the equipment parts with defective ones.
You're
Okay.
already in the thick of it.
Yeah, I'm really.
Meanwhile, over to Ken.
You're going to have to do a lot of swish noises after this one. I chose pretend I need help with heavy farm labour. in the hopes they'll lend a hand and we can strike up a conversation. So that's the scientists who are coming and going. I'm sure they'll be pretty interested in some heavy farm labour. Game Master says, perfect choice, Ken. You've decided to play the role of a hard-working farmer in need of assistance. You wait for a group of scientists to pass by and pretend to struggle with a particularly stubborn tree stump. A pair of them take pity on you and come over to lend a hand. During the endeavour, you manage to strike up a conversation discussing local events, the weather, and subtly guiding the talk towards their line of work. They are cautious but seem to appreciate your company and your humble lifestyle. The scene reminds us of the time when Barbie attempted to lift a suitcase in the Barbie Life in the Dream House series. Well, I don't really know what that is, but I can imagine it's some sort of Barbie TV show.
Yeah.
Sounds riveting. Only to fall flat on her face. Yeah, oh well. She could definitely have used your strength and tact, Ken. Over the next few weeks, God, this really is taking forever, isn't it? Over the next few weeks, you're able to foster a good rapport with these scientists. The next step is to gain their trust completely. How will you proceed? It gives me 3 options. Begin sharing invented stories about your family's struggles to deepen their sympathy for you.
What?
That's really odd. Offer to help them with any problems they might have outside their work. Or C, show genuine interest in their scientific work and ask intelligent questions to gain more insight. I know which one I'm going to do, and I will hand back over to Barbie.
I think basically the option to secretly replace some of the equipment parts with defective ones is screaming at me just because I want to know how
Definitely.
I do that. How do you do that secretly?
That's the one that jumped out to me as well.
Yeah,
Look over there.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, is it simple like switch? So yeah, I'm going to go for 3. Bold move, Barbie. Utilising your knowledge of future technology, you can skillfully craft replicas of key equipment parts, only with minor, undetectable flaws that would render them useless in the critical stage of the bomb development. Wow, I've got a lot of knowledge. I'm a very clever Barbie.
That's good.
Scientist Barbie.
Whereas I'm just like making... telling fields and telling fibs.
No sense of urgency.
It's been weeks. That you just like done it quite quickly.
Over the course of the next few days, you secretly swap the original parts with your defective ones, ensuring the project is headed for a definite failure. Meanwhile, Ken might be stuck in the wrong time period, probably trying to sabotage the invention of a wheel.
I also like how your trash talk is about the game, whereas Ken's trash talk is about Barbie's
just stupid.
But no, it's like things that the Barbie merchandise. Like it's not about her playing the game.
It's about...
It's like...
It's about the history of Barbie.
Yeah, it's like, meanwhile, Barbie's probably in this film, and I was like, what? No! She's also trying to stop a nuclear bomb. God damn it.
With the sabotage complete,
Oh,
it's now asking me how I'm going to escape.
Wow, okay.
oh my
Do I
God.
bid my goodbyes and quietly disappear? Do I stage a dramatic exit by setting off a harmless distraction? Or stay a little longer to make sure that the sabotage was successful? And then
Okay.
leave?
All right, well, I'll...
Well, I think you-
meanwhile...
Yeah. So keep up. You've done it.
I think this sounds like a resounding victory for
Well,
Barbie,
part
doesn't it?
5 of 5 of 6 is escape. So you're already on the
Okay,
final bit.
Oh, right.
Whereas I've been weeks...
Part
telling
1
them-
is to break into the facility. Let me scroll up and I'll read it from the prompt.
Okay.
The player's mission requires them to complete these tasks as quickly as possible. Game Master will provide strict multiple choice options for each step of the mission. 1. Infiltrate the project developing the nuclear bomb. 2. Gain the trust of the project scientists and personnel. Maybe that's what you're trying to do. 3. Discover the key weaknesses of the nuclear bomb. 4. Sabotage the bomb development without arousing suspicion. 5. Make your escape and return to your time. So,
Okay. None of this we were sort of immediately aware of
yeah,
as the players.
because when I
but-
did the test playthrough, it did tell me all of those
So
things.
it became it was immediately
Yeah.
obvious. Okay, fine. So just to recap then, I was asked, I've now got these scientists and I'm chatting to them about this heavy tree stump I'm trying to get out of the ground, pretending to try and get out of the ground. It says, how do I want to foster better relations with them? And I've chosen A. Begin sharing invented stories about your family's struggles to deepen their sympathy for you. And it says, opting for the emotional route, you weave tales of your fictitious family's hardships, painting a vivid picture of your struggles during these war-torn times.
Really get their heartstrings.
Yeah. The scientists empathise deeply with you, and over time their defences lower and they begin to trust you. Barbie, on the other hand, has never been one for emotional depth. A plastic smile doesn't quite have the same effect, does it? He's not going to feel so cocky once he realises Barbie's already gone ahead. It also sounds like if Barbie is destroying the Allies nuclear bombs,
He's going to fail to destroy the Nazis' nuclear bomb.
yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to end very well, does it, for the world? But back to the mission. The scientists, seeing you as a confidant, start talking more openly about their work during their walks. You listen intently, piecing together valuable information about the project. Your next task is to discover the key weaknesses of the nuclear bomb. How will you approach this? It says, asking probing questions about the theoretical aspects of their research, express your fears about the destructive potential of such a weapon, to get them talking about its vulnerabilities, or C, pretend to be fascinated by the technical details of the bomb. You can tell I'm not really.
Pretend. Oh, that's so.
Pretend to be
Atoms,
fascinated.
you say? They split apart.
Yawn. Pretend to be fascinated by the technical details of the bomb, hoping they'll reveal something crucial. And I think I know which one I'm doing. But yeah, Barbie, back to you.
Barbie's pretty much done.
Sounds
Well, it
like
wasn't one of the
Seriously.
options just to take your time and check.
Just stay a bit longer and make sure.
do a final check.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I stage a dramatic exit by setting off a harmless distraction. Again, I just kind of want to see what that would be.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for
do
that
it.
one. I literally walked in, sounded like I was clever, nicked the blueprint, changed the thing, and
Walked in, fucked shit up, left.
yeah, it's very simple.
Simple.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what it comes up with by suggestion of a harmless distraction. Flair for theatrics, you decide on a dramatic exit. You set up a harmless but loud distraction in a far corner of the facility involving a chemical reaction you know will cause a loud pop and a burst of harmless smoke. As the scientists rush to investigate, you take the opportunity to slip away unnoticed. In the safe distance, you activate your chronal device, and with a sudden lurch, you are thrust forward in time, leaving behind World War II era and reappearing back to your own timeline. Have we ever
Wow.
done that before?
Shit. Oh.
No.
Mission accomplished.
I think you just
Is that,
won.
is that what it says? Mission accomplished. Well, I think
You've
you've
shown-
definitely won.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, it's still trash talking you though.
Okay.
You've shown exceptional skill in this mission, Barbie. I'm certain Ken, with his confused sense of direction, is probably trying to find his way out of the broom closet.
I mean, he's not far wrong.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah, that was a thrilling adventure. It says, just remember, in the real world, it was the immense efforts of many countries coming together that ended World War II,
okay.
not just the development of nuclear weapons.
So this
not,
is
not
not.
Barbie.
It wasn't Barbie.
So it's just saying this is not the real
Yeah.
world, just to
Right,
clarify.
just to
It's
check.
just a game. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's done. It's like, yeah.
So am I carrying on or?
Well, I mean,
yeah,
we've got time.
so Barbie has won. Okay.
Maybe you should say that. I'd like to do this. By the way, news just in. Player one
I'd let him know.
has already
Barbie's
gone back to the
won, so
future.
yeah.
I have actually typed in my answer
Yeah.
already, which was I was going to pretend to be fascinated by the technical details of the bomb, hoping they'd reveal something crucial. And it says, using your natural charm, you express a fascination for the technical aspects of their work. This isn't entirely a lie. As a man from the future, you do possess some understanding of nuclear physics. You focus on the mechanical elements, hoping to coax out specific information about the bomb's design. An interesting fact, Ken, the atomic bomb development during World War II was a highly classified project. In the United States, it was famously known as the Manhattan Project. The Germans, under Werner Heisenberg, were also working on nuclear research, although they were not as close to creating a bomb as their American counterparts. Well, they might be in this game. After several weeks of carefully directed conversations, you learn about a critical element in the bomb design, a specific piece of machinery that, if tampered with, would set the project back by months. Now that you have the information, you must find a way to sabotage the bomb development without arousing suspicion, and it gives me a few options. Do you think I should just say at this point, news just in, Barbie has...
Barbie's already won. She's back in the future. What do I do now?
Yeah, I'd let him know.
News just
I want to
in,
see how it reacts to that news.
Barbie has been undertaking a similar mission.
It knows how, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's because it says in the prompt this is a two-player game.
Okay.
The other
So
person
it understands the other player is playing on
Yeah.
ChatGPT on a different
Yeah, well, at least that's what I
playthrough.
told it
Okay.
to.
Well, this one definitely.
Yeah, yours got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So how about this? News just in. Barbie has been undertaking a similar mission, but in the US. I now understand she has already completed her mission successfully. Seems like I've been pretty slow and lost. Is that right? That's something else. Let's see what it says.
Did yours give you an epilogue?
No.
No, okay.
You can ask for an epilogue, just see what
Yeah,
it says,
ask for
maybe.
an epilogue.
Yeah. I don't think it's taking no for an answer. It's not going to be like, well, you've lost then. It's like, it's
We
hungry
still-
to keep playing.
We still need to sabotage this nuclear bomb.
And it says, it appears Barbie was fortunate with her timing. However, remember, the real victory in missions like these is not just speed, but also ensuring a clean, undiscovered operation. And given her propensity for leaving things in disarray, remember the Barbie Dreamhouse fiasco with the malfunctioning closet?
Yeah, don't we all?
It's quite likely that her actions could have left traces. Now,
It doesn't matter. She's fucked off Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Now, back to our mission, Ken. Your choice can make the difference between success and failure. Which path will you take to sabotage the bomb development? It says sabotage the critical machinery during a planned power outage, suggest an alternative design that you know will fail, causing delays. This farmer's got a plan. Says we should do this instead. I like him. I helped him pull a tree stump out of the ground once.
You told me about his family or something.
It didn't seem very plausible. Or C, steal the machinery and replace it with a faulty replica. I think we're now into the bounds of real silly nonsense. So I'm just going to say, I am going to replace the bomb with a bag of bananas and see if they notice. A bold choice, Ken. Although replacing a piece of complex machinery with bananas might stretch credibility, we can adapt your idea. Let's say you've procured a faulty replica. So it's just ditched my shitty bananas ideas and decided for
We
me.
can adapt that and to my idea.
Or let's just do this instead.
Yeah, we're adapting your idea, Ken. Let's say you've procured a faulty replica that looks quite similar to the real thing, though perhaps not as identical as bananas are to nuclear machinery. Is it just humouring me? It's sort of,
Yeah.
it thinks I'm stupid. It's trying to
Yeah.
show like
Your actions so far have been.
very stupid. You managed to swap the critical component with your defective counterpart during a particularly raucous local festival when most of the project's personnel are distracted. This audacious move might remind some of Barbie's infamous mix-ups, like when she confused a real puppy with a plush toy at a pet store.
Yeah.
Is
We
there,
all remember that. Yeah.
is there this sort of whole wealth of like Barbie
There must be.
pop culture that I don't
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I think there is.
Thankfully, you handle your substitution with far greater finesse. Now it's time to make your escape and return to your own time. But you need to do this subtly without arousing any suspicions. What's your plan? Continue your life as a farmer for a few...
It
Continue...
seems really happy there. Do you want to go back to that?
It seems to suit you.
Yeah.
Continue your life as a farmer for a few months before gradually disappearing.
Wow.
Just like...
How do you gradually?
just like walk
Take a
backwards.
step
You stop.
backwards.
You don't turn up like every day. You go, oh, he's late again.
It just sounds like Homer Simpson sort of walking backwards into a hedge and
Yeah.
gradually disappearing. B, fake your death in a supposed farming accident, leaving no trace behind.
Oh, I like that.
Or C, sneak away under the cover of night and leave the country immediately.
Fake your death. Fake your death.
Yeah, fake your death.
I'm actually going to go with continue your life as a farmer. 'Cause that just seems to be in keeping with what
Yeah,
I've done so
you've
far.
already lost. You may as well just
Do I
like.
even need to disappear? I'll probably just stay here without my days.
And it says a wise
Barbie's probably going to dump me now. He's realised what an absolute moron.
doofus I am. Yeah. It wouldn't let me fail, would it?
No.
I was trying to use bananas to replace the
Wasn't.
bomb, and it was like,
No.
well, let's just replace it with a replica. As a wise and patient choice, Ken, you decide to continue with your daily routine, working the fields, chatting with the scientists, and living the life of a humble farmer. In contrast to Barbie, who often rushes from one situation to another, your methodical approach ensures that no one suspects a thing.
It's a job done though, don't it?
Apparently so. Yeah. Over time, you slowly reduce your interactions, claiming a need to visit a sick relative in another town. so
But
silly.
Uncle Pete is not doing well.
I'm gonna spend a couple of weeks out. I'll be back. I swear.
One day, you just don't return.
Also, isn't there a war going on?
I
Like,
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
because they just had like a little festival with too much ale or something
Yeah.
in the middle of a
Middle
war.
of a war. Yeah, it's just doesn't quite make sense. One day, you just don't return. And, and as far as anyone knows, you're still tending to your ailing family. Mission complete. You successfully infiltrated the project, gained trust, found the bomb's weaknesses, sabotaged the development subtly, and made a clean escape. And remember, even if Barbie managed to finish her mission first, the finesse and subtlety you displayed have likely left a much smaller ripple in history.
Wow. Consolation
I
prize.
suppose.
I made quite an exit.
I think you did, didn't you? You did it very well. Congratulations, Ken. Your skills as a spy and saboteur have ensured a major setback in the enemy's nuclear ambitions, potentially changing the course of World War II. Your tactics might even be a lesson for Barbie, who could stand to learn a thing or two about
Absolutely
subtlety.
not. Well, yeah, maybe about subtlety, because I wasn't. Well, my exit wasn't subtle, but I was pretty subtle.
I think you were pretty subtle with the rest,
So
weren't you?
Barbie has like a time machine. What is it? A quartz device or something?
Barbie's back in. What do you mean?
No, but like he described the device, it was like a temporal shift thing or something. Meanwhile,
Whereas Ken has just walked off and never come back.
is he actually made of plastic and he's just gonna wait?
Just like wait for the present day. Well done on a mission accomplished with style, patience, and depth. Attributes that make you the real winner here. It's trying to sort of make me feel better after basically doing a fairly shit
Barbie's got
job.
A chronal device.
A chronal device.
I've not,
What that is.
not heard of a chronal device. Anyway,
Hear my epilogue.
yeah, let's hear your epilogue.
So it says your swift actions back in the 1940s had a ripple effect in the course of history. Due to your sabotage, the nuclear bomb was delayed and did not play the devastating role it once did. The war still ended, but through diplomatic negotiations and a heightened understanding of the horror that such a weapon could unleash. Your actions saved countless lives and averted the nuclear arms race that would have followed. The world, as a result, shifted towards a path of peace and disarmament rather than destruction and fear.
Oh, well done, Barbie.
done.
World
Well
War
done.
II is remembered differently now. Not as the war that ended with atomic destruction, but as a war that led to a worldwide commitment to peace.
Oh, good old
As
Barbie.
for scientists, they continued their research, making significant contributions to the field of nuclear energy, which is now used safely and efficiently around the world. Blimey.
What a heartwarming ending.
Barbie just smashed it.
Isn't she just?
I'd love it if your epilogue also said, meanwhile, Ken's probably...
Well,
oh, here we go.
This is the last sentence. You, Barbie, have changed the course of history. Ken is probably still trying to comprehend the meaning of an epilogue.
Oh, dear.
That's great.
Boom.
Are you just
Great
working
ending.
with a smarter version of ChatGPT?
Well, mine is just like...
I don't know. Well,
No, they
No,
should
no,
both be on
they're
4.
both on 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
just
Oh.
looking at what a chronal
Do you want to
device-
do an epilogue and see...
I imagine it'd be pretty much the same. Epilogue, please.
Let's get what's a chronal.
You return to the present day, so it does give me some sort of time travel capacity. So my epilogue is, you return to the present day, your mission a resounding success. History books still recount the tale of World War II as you remember it, suggesting your interference did not drastically alter the timeline.
Well, I suppose the Germans never...
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you just did some farming for nothing.
Your actions, however, have made a significant difference in the shadows of history,
Oh.
delaying a deadly project and saving countless lives. Back in the present, you take a moment to reflect on your journey. You've lived another life, seen the world through a different lens, and played a crucial part in a historical event, all while maintaining your guise as Ken, the humble farmer.
Very humble.
Barbie, meanwhile, returned from her mission to a host of questions and investigations sparked by her less than subtle tactics.
She didn't, mate.
Not according to your epilogue. She might have rushed through her mission, but she certainly didn't leave the past untouched. In the end, it's clear that being first isn't always being the best. Time and history are delicate, and the subtle approach you chose, Ken, made all the difference. You completed your mission not just successfully, but also responsibly.
Yep.
A true pastmaster.
Oh.
It really loves Ken, doesn't it? It's a bit
Yeah.
sycophantic, really.
I find it a bit patronising.
It's a bit patronising.
You did your best, Ken.
You did
Don't
your
let
best.
anyone else tell you anything differently.
Exactly. And don't you worry if bananas aren't, a good swap for a nuclear bomb. You're all right, mate. You're all right.
I'm sure you meant this.
Yeah.
Congratulations on a job well done, Ken. Time will always remember the farmer who quietly changed the course of history.
Wow. That was special.
I like the concept of like
A duel.
yeah.
Yeah, V1 wasn't the greatest success, but it kind of worked-ish.
Yeah, and I thought it was fun. And I think once we sort of got our heads around how it was going to work, you could sort of like patch it together into a.
Because
into
I
one
wonder if
game.
there's be a way of... You'd have to play it from the same prompts, so they would know. So you'd have to be like every other prompt is the other player's go or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Which could work.
That would be interesting to try.
And then ChatGPT would have to... Game Master, sorry, would have to remember the two different instances.
I think it would find that quite a challenge.
It would really struggle with
It
that.
struggles with some of the most basic commands. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'd be quite fun to try actually. So it's just like all one game running through the same channel. Yeah, maybe we could try that next time. But yeah, that was fun, Ryan. Nice experiment.
No worries. So,
And congratulations, Keon and Barbie.
well done,
Well,
Bobby.
yeah, Barbie did a great job there by selecting 3, 2.
That's also the first time that we've played it without adding flavour to it. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping it brisk.
So I won't read all of my test one because it's a little bit long, but there's a couple of slightly different bits to it which I thought, which I was expecting and surprised that it didn't happen. So when I did this test prompt, the first thing it said was, "Welcome to PastMaster, World War II Sabotage Edition."
Whoa.
I was like,
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
"You are Barbie, a special agent sent back in time to sabotage the development of a nuclear bomb." So, it gave me more explicit instructions right at the beginning. And then it's like, player 2, that's Ken. He's not up for the chance. Frankly, his chances of success are as outdated as some of his fashion choices. First, allow me to gather some information. What is your name? Brackets. You'll be referred to as Barbie throughout the game. Because in the prompt I said, ask the player's name as normal, but ignore it and call them Barbie. And then, and then it went through each of the steps a little bit more.
Yeah, just to give you context and the clarity of the mission.
Yeah. So I was very surprised. But that's what part of what I love about it is that you're just not expecting, especially was not expecting you to go to Germany on that. And that was one of the tests. I didn't actually play through any further. But the other one where I was refining the prompt, ended up going back in time and speaking to Robert J. Oppenheimer.
Okay.
And my code name was Barbie at this point, and I basically convinced him that he was having a hard time and maybe he just needed to go rest. And then I invented the song Imagine, and I got everyone to sing about world peace. Yeah. But it really didn't want me to win, so that would have been a bit long to do a read of that, because it was like, come on, no more nuclear bombs, please.
Cool.
Sort of works.
Yeah, I like that. I think so. We could do some more PvP, player versus player, couldn't we, in future? Yeah.
A chronal device, by the way, is a fictional gadget designed for time travel.
A fictional device?
Yeah.
Was it called a chronal device?
Chronal.
Okay.
It's from the Greek word chronos, which means time.
Okay. Yeah.
And it suggests that it's able to manipulate, control, or traverse time. So
excellent.
Very good.
Barbie went back in time using it and returned using it.
I think we're going to have some good fun creating some AI art for this, aren't we, with Ken and Barbie? Ken with his bananas, farming, chatting to scientists in lab coats.
So if you would like to see us do another mission-based PastMaster, let us know, because I think it's quite an interesting take on it. I plugged into ChatGPT, of course, give me some suggestions of where we could go. Some of these were quite interesting. So go to Greece at the Battle of Marathon and see if you can ensure the decisive Greek victory. There was... Where is it? I quite like this one. Go to America in the time of the American Revolution and persuade the founding fathers to include more explicit language around civil rights and gender equality in the US Constitution.
Interesting. Yeah. That's quite cool.
Stop the Titanic from sinking. Assist NASA astronauts troubleshooting Apollo 13. I prefer the idea of like sabotaging that. We could have like Sabotage Master.
Yeah.
There's a few different. Oh, this one: prevent the Chernobyl disaster by identifying the design flaws.
Yeah, that sounds a bit nerdy, doesn't it?
Barbie, get on that one.
Yeah, send her. She's sorted it out.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a rich seam of.
Certainly. I think JFK would be an interesting sort of place to get involved. My main understanding of what happened with the assassination of JFK all comes from the Oliver Stone film, JFK. Yeah. So it was all a big conspiracy theory and it wasn't just one person. So I'd like to go back in PastMaster and find out what really happened, because that will give us a definitive knowledge of what happened. Yeah, the truth.
You can get in touch. We are on Twitter at PastmasterAI.
We're on TikTok at PastMasterAI.
We're on Instagram at pastmasterpod.
Or you can send us an email at pastmasterpod@gmail.com. Let us know what mission you think we should do. The sillier the better. And how would you change the prompt? Would you change the prompt? Did that work? We love all that feedback. Do get in touch and check out the Instagram, because that is where you will find our ridiculous mid-journey interpretations of PastMaster. So tune in next time for more PastMaster adventures.
See ya.
See you then. Bye-bye.